but obviously I just want to just kick off the interview really, just talking about obviously big events at the weekend, Triple G, Canelo.
Yeah.
Obviously you've shared the ring with Triple G, you've done
Yeah.
10 rounds with him, 10 brutal rounds. What was your experience of that? I mean, that was going back sort of 3 years, 2015.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that fight, and what was that experience like for you?
Listen, there's no two ways about it. He's a special fighter. You know, I've been in with the best in the world at middle and super middle, and he stands out to me. He's just on that, you know, that pedestal, that level above compared to the rest, and that isn't no disrespect to any of them, because they've all been you know, world class top fighters, but he was just that, you know, the best person I've fought. But I mean, the memories of the fight, I knew it was going to be tough. You know, we kind of worked on holding his centre of the ring, pushing him back, because I believe that's the way you beat someone like Golovkin, holding his centre of the ring, pushing him back. But it's hard to do when you're in there. You know, when I fought, we kind of did that. The boxing was working first couple of rounds, and then round 3 I started feeling again on top. Round 4 he put me down with a body shot. He hammered me in 5, 6, 7 and 8, and then the damage was done then when I started kind of, I think I had a good 8 and 9 and 10 up until he put me down, but the damage had been done in the previous rounds before, and you know, where I was covering from them body shots, because he had me down twice in round 4. But just everything about him, he's good. You know, he takes a shot well, gives one, fit. You know, the pressure, the way he manoeuvres you out the ring. He's just, there's no chinks in his armour. Like, and every one of our force, they've been like quality fighters. You know, like you look at someone like Groves now. You know, I take a lot of the way Groves has come back when everybody written him off and he's world champ now. So full credit to him. But Groves, Martinez, Sturm, Abraham, they all had chinks in their armour. You know, little chinks. But Golovkin, you know, I didn't really get anything from Golovkin. He was just like a solid all-round fighter.
And in terms of a prediction, obviously going into the weekend, I think most people, you know, thought Golovkin won the first round. I think, you know, looking at the stats, he landed more punches, more jabs, more
he won the first fight, definitely.
What's sort of your prediction going into this weekend? Do you think he's gonna win the fight again?
I think he's going to win. Yeah, I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win inside the distance. I think he's going to make a statement this time. I thought he won the first one. Now maybe he kind of overlooked him a little bit the first time. Just thought he was just going to go in and, you know, just mow him down and stop him. Canelo, fair play to me. You know, he went 12 rounds with him, and I know how hard that is. Yeah. But we all know what's come out with him. You know, the past few months with, you know, the drug scandal and all that, and you know, looking at recent pictures of him this time before the Golovkin fight and last time, he looks like a completely different man, a different size. So, you know, he's a lot smaller. He's just passed the drug test and he's been clean. So, you know, can you do 12 rounds with him when you're not pumped full of that shit? I don't know. And I don't know if he was then, but going off the pictures just recently, you know, you think that he was.
I think almost for the good of the sport as well. I think most boxing fans are generally rooting for Triple G in this one. You get that feeling. I mean, I did a poll last night on a Guardian or the Times or something like that, just a general thing where it gives you the result straight away. Who you think's going to win? It was like 90% Triple G, and I don't think it's like because they think. I think it's just because they want him to win.
I mean, the thing is, obviously, you've got all that drug scandal with him. He's a drug cheat. There's no point beating around the bush. He is. So obviously, people want him win just because of that anyway. But the fact that he won the first fight anyway, well, he should have won the first fight. You know, I think it's only right that, you know, well, not only right if he gets beat, he gets beat. But I think it's only right that the majority of people want him to go out there and do the business tomorrow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in terms of yourself, obviously winning the WBC silver title, when was that? I think it was back in
end of June. Yeah.
Obviously, there's an opportunity. I think you've got to fight one fight
once
before, then
more,
you get a
and then win over them too. Yeah.
Again, what would your preference be? Would it be a rematch against Triple G, going against someone new like Canelo? What's your vision on that?
It's 6.5 dozen other, because I'd love a second crack at the whip against Golovkin. Even though he was my toughest fight, people think I'm daft for saying I'd go into a second fight with him. I would, because I know there was wrongs there that the mistakes I made. There were mistakes that he forced me to make, but you know, I'd still like a second crack at the whip. And then there's Canelo, who's obviously, you know, someone fresh, someone I've never fought, a modern day legend. You know, I mean, I'd fight either of them. But the thing is, I've got to win my next fight first. You know, no doubt it's going to be a tough fight. You know, I've heard that's the final eliminator. So, you know, I'll kind of cross that bridge when I get to it after I've won my next fight.
And obviously that would be your 5th world title shot. Obviously you're 35 now. Would you see yourself sort of carrying on after those? I know obviously, you know, like Tony Bellew, you're talking about fighting Usyk and then retiring. What sort of you see? How many fights you sort of seen now you've got left?
In an ideal world, 3. It'd be defending that silver title and becoming mandatory, winning a world title, and then fighting Air at Saints, which has always been a dream of mine. So in an ideal world, it'd be 3 or 2 if I can get the fight here, the world title fight. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I don't see myself being in boxing, you know, for a certain amount of years.
And in terms of, obviously, you know, you were supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Is that still a fight that would interest you? I think in terms of the fans and the interest now, I think it's probably higher than ever.
There is going to be higher than ever. Obviously, you know, we had that mutual respect with between each other in the press conferences. What's happened. We both had a little, you know, spat over Instagram, social media. He's got a tough fight, his next fight. You know, I think he knows he's up against it. You know, he's a good kid who he's fighting, so there's no guarantee he's gonna come out from that the winner. But if that fight is there and he comes out the winner, then obviously I'll take the fight. But you know, good luck to him. You know, I just want to wish him all the best. Everything that's gone on, everything happened for a reason. I'm not asked about it now. And you know, I wish him all the best when he fights him.
Yeah, good man. And then obviously in terms of an announcement today, we touched on earlier, obviously the Bellew-Usyk fight.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen it confirmed on social media. I believe it is confirmed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I just see Bellew going in that. I think it was sort of like 90% underdog or something like that I've seen before on the news. But I mean, how do you see that going? Do you fancy his chances?
I'm not a big boxing fan, as a lot of people know. But you know, I don't think I've ever watched that Usyk, to be honest with you. Never watched him. But you know, this is like unbiasedly, because even though Tony Bellew is a friend of mine, I would put him in against anyone. He's got the power to hurt and knock out anybody, and what he's got is a really, really good boxing brain as well. So, you know, I'm not writing him off in this fight, and I've got every faith in him. And you know what? I would not be surprised if he went out there and did it.
Yeah, I think it's also about having that kind of, you know, belief.
Self-belief, he has, very, very confident, and. Yeah, like I said, I would not write him off. I know that obviously that Usyk's meant to be a beast, innit? But so is Tony Bellew.
Yeah. And then obviously just touching on the book, you know, to finish off, you know, I think we maybe mentioned at the start, but obviously was that, you know, always an ambition when you started your career to write a book, or how did that kind of come about?
No, I can't. No, I mean, I kind of thought with the past I've had, if I finished well, I could have had a book, but it was never obviously my intention to write a book. You know, I was just, it never even crossed my mind. And then I was speaking with Paul Zahn, and we started this book in 2015, about May 2015. It was maybe even April, and I spoke with him about a year previously about Jamie Moore's, you know, to have a little chat with him about Jamie Moore for a part in his book, like a few words, and I just said, I might have my own. You know, I might write my own one day. I didn't really think much of it, and he went, well, let me know. And then obviously, you know, I decided then, about a year later, just after the Golovkin fight, I spoke with him and I said, do you think I've got a story? And he's obviously, he asked me about my life, and he was like, yeah, we've definitely got a story here. So yeah, obviously we like I said, it's been over 3 years now. We've been giving it all sorts, and it's finally here. So getting, you know, it's selling out, getting good feedback. Everybody seems to be liking it. So yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Well, I've started reading the book. I think we had a conversation actually when we were in Belfast about, I don't actually read books, but I've started reading the book, and it has actually took me in on terms of your stories in Iron Apple. And I think that the time you were in Iron Apple, I was in Iron Apple around that time as well, as you're younger as well. But one thing that sort of not shocked me, but it's obviously I'd heard about it having, you know, a turbulent, you know, past, and you know, going out and partying and stuff like that. But I think it was to the sort of level that you were hitting it and partying and doing drugs and that type of thing. For you then to turn around and almost become what you've become in terms of a top athlete. I think that the contrast between the two.
Oh, it's mad. Yeah, it is. And you know, when I was sitting down with Paul and I was going through it, it's kind of, you know, because when I turned over, I kind of completely just shut that out of my mind, and I, you know, when I sat down with Paul, I was going through, and I realised that I was in like some really dark places. But like I said, I completely took it out my head and then just focused on changing my life. But yeah, I did some serious partying and got myself, you know, in some scary situations. But like, you know, I look back now and I think, wow. But at the time, you don't really think that. You know, you're just a young kid and you just take as it comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we've touched on this interview in terms of, like, you know, the vision and stuff like that. Is that something that you didn't have in the early part of your life? And I suppose, what advice would you give to someone, not necessarily in the boxing world, but just generally someone who's taking that path, going out, getting into fights, going to prison, that type of thing? What advice would you give?
When I sat down with Paul and I went through it and we was having a little chat about it, I realised that at the time I kind of bought into the fact that my life was going down the wrong path, and I wore it like with a badge of honour, like, you know what I mean. My first jail sentence, I got out, and then another one, and you start to get a bit of reputation for being in and out of jail, and sometimes you think it's good. You know, as a young kid growing up, I wore it as a badge of honour. I thought it was good. So then my mentality was, my lifestyle is this now, and that's the way I was going about things. But then there comes to a stage where I just realised there's more to life than that, and it's just not worth it. And that would the advice I would give to anybody, you know, who's kind of going down that path. It isn't worth it. You know, I realised that my life was going, I was either going in and out of jail all my life, or I was going to end up dead, or I was going to end up just in jail for the rest of my life, or whatever. I don't know. I just knew it wasn't going to go down the right path, so I just obviously just decided to get my head together and, you know, just kind of just turn my life around.
Yeah. Well, listen, Martin Murray, it's been great speaking to you. Thanks for having me down today for your book signing.
Oh, no, thanks for coming.
It's you know, good luck. I know you've got a couple more days lined up, so you're busy. Obviously, you've got the training starting again.
That's right.
I think you've been going to a few raving fits and stuff
That's
like that.
Mate, yeah, I'm all over it. Yeah.
So good man. I say it's been great catching up, and thanks for talking to fight up.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Bob. Thank you. Cheers, mate.